is up, guys? Welcome back to the Rev Report. Today we'll be looking at the 2021 Mini Cooper S LCI 2 series. Today we'll be looking at the interior, exterior, special features of this car, along with the driving dynamics. So stay tuned. So starting off with the front, so it's basically a modernized Mini from the original 1960s and 70s, except it has like the LED rounded headlights along with some fakery actually. So if you look here, this hood is quite fake. So actually this is a real air vent, as well as on this side. So just one fake air vent at the front, which is a pretty good achievement for today's type of cars. It's also got a nice S badge at the front, a different type of front bumper compared to the other Mini Coopers or Mini hatchbacks in the current range, more sporty like. This also has nice black and white outlined stripes on the hood. Also has nice 17-inch alloy wheels. Looking back at the rear end is also really nice. It's got the British flag tail lights. It also has the mid-mounted exhaust tips. This rear bumper actually, I believe, is styled more aggressively than the normal Mini hatchbacks in the current lineup as well, being the Cooper S. Tail lights are full LED as well, apart from the reversing lights, as well as the front headlights are full LED. The car has rear parking sensors, a rear reversing camera, also got front parking sensors as well. From this part of the car upwards, it looks like basically any other Mini before it, so like from 2000s. So actually under the hood, you can see a lot of chassis bracing around the mechanical components. So it does look pretty tight in here, although just looking at how exposed everything is, I feel like it can be easy to locate stuff because of that the clamshell type of hood where it overreaches the headlights, and the headlights are basically pretty easy to mount on as well, it looks like, but just the chassis bracing around the whole engine bay just seems like it makes it trickier to unbolt items and to get to items where you need to. But since this is still new, I mean, it's not really an issue, right? And being the B48 BMW engine, being its reliability record so far, I wouldn't see any issues with owning this car for the next 5 or so years. So this engine actually makes 141 kilowatts and 280 Newton meters of torque in this Mini Cooper S Classic, guys. It also is paired with a 7-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox. It has a 0 to 100 km/h time rated at 6.7 seconds, which is not bad, but it's still slower by 0.3 seconds compared to the GTI. The GTI is rated at 6.4 seconds, but I would think this is more fun because it is a part of the BMW group, and BMWs are known to be really fun behind the wheel. But then again, this is mated to drive only the front wheels, not the rear wheels. Yeah, we will look into the driving dynamics later. How about, since we're talking about the engine, we will give you a sneak peek of how the exhaust sounds. Pretty nice. Should give it a bit more so we can hear the fluttering, the turbo. Yeah, maybe when we're driving it we'll do it. So stay tuned for the driving. this car is mainly competing with the Volkswagen Golf GTI, Audi S3. It's pretty different to the other cars, and in this blacked out finish, it's pretty sweet as well. So let's check out the interior. So going into the interior, it's got nice vinyl leather seating with pretty nice bolstering, I reckon. Compared to a GTI, this is pretty nice. It's more comfortable, I'd say. The visibility is pretty good for this type of car as well. It's very squared off because it is a hybrid between a classic and a sports car of today. It wants to retain that mini vibe that you get from minis of before. This car also comes only with manual adjustable seating. So going to the back, it's pretty cramped in here, I'd say, compared to the competition. So yeah, me being the shortest of the shorts at 5'6", I would say it's pretty cramped. The leg space isn't as good. The owner of this car has this driver's seat positioned to where he would normally sit. And yeah, it's not good for a 5'6" guy. I actually noticed, oh no, this car does have a middle seat. I believe you can take this off, the plastic mounted cup holder. This is more comfortably a 4-seater car than a 5-seater. I wouldn't want to punish anyone in the middle unless you don't really like them. But yeah, visibility all around in this car is pretty nice, pretty neat. And you've also got some reading lights up top here. So because of this car's sporty nature, I would have thought that Mini would have made the headlining black, consistent with the bottom half of the interior, but no, actually it's all white, just like a normal car. I believe in the more higher up Cooper S, John Cooper Works Sport models, the JCW Sport, you can get probably a black headlining. Other than that, the doors on the rear are pretty nice, pretty much consistent with the doors at the front. As you can see, they have this piano black trimming. And then if we go to the back, that theme continues, but then it curves towards the bottom of the rear doors. And as you can see, there's some ambient lighting as well, so we can actually see this at night, but we're not at night time now. So this is the ambient lighting, since we're inside the parking now. And it also has puddle lights as well, along with the door handle lights. So it's pretty nice package, this car. Pretty unique to the competition. The way the doors sound when closing is pretty solid as well. Like when just going in and like closing them, they've got that really nice thunk to them, so you know you're in a pretty well built car. It would have been nicer if Mini had maybe more softer padding on the door panels, as well as, oh well, the top of this dash is pretty nice. Even here it has this rubberized material down here, but then when you get down to the bottom it's more hard plastic around, especially here. This is like really nasty around here. Compared to the competition, this is just more unique option. So you've got the AC controls in the middle here. You've got a touch screen as well. You can also control the infotainment through these array of buttons as well, and the switch knob in the middle. So this also comes with a wireless charger in the middle as well. So if I put my phone in, so yeah, charges. And it also has the automatic adjuster to hold your phone in place, and it can be hidden underneath this plastic cover as well. This is also acts like a movable, adjustable armrest as well. If you go through here, so this actually changes the setting of what type of driving mode you want. It also shows up in the middle here. So green, mid, and sport. So sport changes the color of the dial to red. Mid is just standard blue, and green would be blue as well, but it adds the green economy bar at the bottom and the green word with a green color at the top. So if we go sport displays, you can actually see it shows up with your torque and power. And I would say this is pretty comparable to Minis of the past as well, because most Minis of the past have this same design along with the air vents toward each around each side of the screen in the middle. This also has an SOS button here to contact emergency services up here. Passenger airbag off, that's not a button. It's also got these nice blue ambient lights. It's also got these lights for the passengers. These are the lights inside. I think they're cool whites, but they're towards the warmish cool white. So they're not as cool white as the Mazda I reviewed as well, just for comparison. Nice attention to detail that this car has also is when you open up the lights, these ambient lights turn off as well. So that's a pretty nice little touch. So it's got a light sensitive rear view mirror as well as side mirrors. This car also comes with the safety features that all new cars come with, and that includes the lane departure warning, so the lane keeping assist, pedestrian alert, and collision warning. Compared to the competition, this is a pretty small boost, I'd say. The numbers will be in the video. Now, let's take it for a spin. So this is mid. So this is the mid driving mode, and this is green. So what if we go minimalism? So that's what it looks like on the screen. I would have thought minimalism is like all black, like everything shut off to keep it nice and simple, but anyways. Oh wow, on green mode it's very sluggish when you take off. So I might put it into, let's try sport mode, see how it's like. Much more responsive obviously in sports mode. I would think the cars that it's competing with, such as the S3 and the GTI, would be more involving than this, because this is more aimed at like someone looking for a classic Mini as well as a modern, like with all the modern features in a modern car. But I mean, it's not bad. Like, it's still at the end of the day a BMW Group product, and it's very much handles like a dream. So we'll just go further down to find some nice twisty roads. I'm just surprised as to how refined this gearbox is. Like, for a dual clutch, this is pretty good, I would say. And then if we open up the window, so let's turn this off. I don't know if you guys heard, but there's actually a little bit of a turbo flutter whenever you go up the high rev range. So that's a pretty nice twist to how this car sounds. It gives it a bit more character than you would expect. That was a toss. That was the i30N. That sounded pretty nice. It's actually very entertaining when you get onto it. the handling, it's just typical BMW group handling. It's so nice. And sorry for how the camera's adjusted, because the way this car's designed, it doesn't have very long driver doors. It's pretty short compared to other type of cars, like in general. We'll just go to that other lane since this car wants to turn. Thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, please like, share and subscribe, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.